All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is a wonderful Tuesday morning. And we have a guest that is harder to get than Taylor Swift.
You think? I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Business.
Well, we finally came up with a date, so.
A date?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean for today?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I thought we were going to be talking about something else town-wise, but
no.
Anyway, I'm going to put it right out there, right at the beginning. We only have Tina for a period of time this morning because she does have a meeting she needs to get to, but she knows that we've been trying pretty hard to get her in here to speak to folks and, just give an update of what's going on in the town.
Yeah. And
we're going to get right into that. I just want to let you know that if you have any questions on anything that is going on and I am going to throw in that's relevant to what's going on in the town of Griswold right now, then I will ask her. And if we don't get a chance to ask her during the show this morning, then I will forward them to you, and you can
respond.
Not ignore them like.
No, I'll respond. I promise I'll respond.
So, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. Usually, I see your daughter a little more because she comes into our psychic show on Thursdays.
Oh, does she?
But we didn't see her last Thursday.
Okay.
So it's all to get with it.
Busy with the homeschooling and all of that. So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, how is she doing with that? I didn't know that.
Excellent.
She did that.
She's been doing it for quite some time now, and I certainly couldn't do it, but the curriculum that she comes up with is pretty impressive. So
I know that her my daughter at one time my oldest daughter wanted to do homeschooling.
Yep.
And she did for half of a year. And I think maybe now she was just a young girl. I mean,
right.
Thinking it was something that it wasn't.
Right.
And only lasted like one semester. Yeah. But I think she missed her friends is what it was. Well, that seems to be.
She keeps them involved with the homeschool group,
and
she's got one of them in a cheer program, and the other, works on the side. But she's pretty rigid. She's pretty rigid with it. So, the oldest will be graduating Griswold High School this year. So she stayed.
Really?
She stayed in the school system. So that's when you're getting old, when your first grandchild is graduating high school.
See, don't do that. My first grandchild is going on 2.
Enjoy every minute of it, because I'm going to tell you, it's here before you know it, Mike.
I see him whenever I can.
You should.
Yeah.
It's important.
Sometimes I beg.
That's right. That's what grandparents do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. So let's get down to business here.
Okay.
What's going on? What's the first thing that you want to go ahead and chit chat about this morning?
Well, the first thing that I want to put out there is that today starts early voting at the town hall. So folks should keep that in mind. It's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and it's going to be every day this week, not on Friday, but then again on Saturday. So
early voting for what?
The presidential preference primary.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah, preferential. Right. Yeah.
So is this strictly Republicans?
No, Democrats and Republicans. People like me can't vote. So
like you.
Yeah.
That's right, because you're unaffiliated.
Yes. So the other thing that I probably want to put out there, and it's we're really, really happy about, is the infrastructure on Route 164. We've been working diligently on that, and we are on April 4th. Mm-hmm. We have finally come up with a firm date for the signing of the contract for the sewer.
Well, what's up?
All your stuff that you have in the other room, the old room, like all your mics and stuff. What do you want done with it?
Oh, they're getting out of there? Yeah. I'll talk to you after the show. All right. I'm so sorry, Tina.
No, that's fine. So April 4th, next Thursday, we're going to have the contract signing kickoff for the sewer installation on Route 164. And that's been an ongoing thing. We're going to work toward we're trying to resolve the location of the water tower
Yeah.
for the water line. And that will probably be going out to bid, but we're looking at probably shovel in the ground sometime either late April, early May for the sewer installation. There was and I kind of grin when I say it, but there was a little bit of a pause on it, which we were supposed to have the contract signing a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But there was an environmental study through DEEP. So DEEP kind of put the brakes on it because they had to have, they were investigating salamanders.
What?
Yeah, salamanders. There was a special kind of salamander that had to be protected. And
Okay,
also,
all
I don't
right.
know if it was raspberries or blackberries, but there was a certain type of blackberry bush that was farther down where Heritage
Who'd have
River-
thought that this would
Yeah, so
be a
that
thing?
puts a hold on everything. So we finally went through. I signed the authorization forms last week, so we're back on track with that.
So you've killed off the blackberries.
Well, we haven't done anything yet, but they have to be
damn
protected.
it, Tina.
They have to be protected. There has to be a way once you start construction and you start moving dirt and earth.
Yeah.
The salamanders have to be protected either with silt fence or a way to escape. So yeah, I'm learning a lot.
Next thing, it'll be earthworms and bugs. Protect the bugs. We can't do anything.
Well,
I can't believe we have to watch the salamanders.
yeah, salamanders.
Are they endangered?
I'm not sure if it was an endangered species.
How many did they find?
I'm not sure, but supposedly they were in that location or expected to be found in that location. So, but we've resolved. We've come to a resolve on that. So I'm happy to say that. And then the other thing that some of the residents were always asking about, because when we went to referendum in 2019 on these infrastructure projects, Route 201 was included on the ballot. And through this whole process, it was found that financially we were only going to be able to do Route 164. So I had an opportunity to meet with one of Senator Murphy's aides, and there's a program out there. It's called Congressionally Directed Spending, and there's a lot of money in that program. So I'm working with another of his aides right now. I sent a description of the project for Route 201 to see if we can get that moving with sewer down past 395. So they're evaluating what I sent them, and I'm hoping that our project can be included in some of that congressional spending. So I'm working on that too.
So here's, I people have said this to me kind of in small talk, like why they tell me this, I don't know, but as far as infrastructure is concerned, with some of the things that are like Stotts was there. I mean, did they have their own well? Is that what happened in their own their own septic system? Because people say, well, Stotts is there, well, Petromax is there. What do you mean there's no infrastructure down that way?
It's not designed to bring in large areas of commercial
Sure.
development.
Okay.
And even with the water tank, the water tower, I'm sorry.
It's a big tank.
You have to have that in place for fire suppression. And there were certain things that, because we are receiving rural USDA funding for that, they have certain requirements. And, that it has to run. I mean, it can't be start and stop and start and stop. You've got to run the system all the way down through that commercial zone.
Sure.
So
Now, how far is it actually going to go? I don't know. If
down to Heritage River, which is just before the golf course.
Okay, so
River Ridge. Yeah.
all right. So when do we have? Here's even the bigger question.
Mhm.
I mean, I know you can't put the cart in front of the horse, and I think, including myself, a lot of people do. Is there anything like gnawing at the butt to get in there in that area that they want to build in there? Because every single time, and I'll shut up after this one statement.
No, go right ahead.
Is that, and you've heard it a million times, I'm sure, and maybe even more so. Well, we need commercial development.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do we know of anything other than the YMCA, which is not going to pay us anything?
Nope.
What's planning on going down there, or who's throwing out feelers? I mean, somebody we want to nibble.
Well, I know that there were some possibilities along the way, but for a long time, nothing was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to look at developers who basically, and I'm sure they just basically walked away, because how are we to know, or how are they to know what was the time frame going to be? So now with some activity, with the work beginning, I'd like to go back and revisit some of these former developers who may have had some interest, and then start looking at who else might be interested. And the thing that might be helpful is, and I don't know if you were aware of it, but several weeks ago, the lieutenant governor was in town, and she did a press conference, and it was up at Petromax, and she wanted to, it basically was a conference to announce that the infrastructure was, this water and sewer will be beginning in Griswold, and that, she was hopeful and encouraging that, it is going to attract commercial development. I mean, once they see movement, I'm sure the calls will start coming, but they want to see that movement. Well, guess what? Movement is coming.
Okay.
So, but she wanted to talk about, all of the funding that had been received, the SIF money, the USDA money. It was important that the governor's office put that out there. So they're also, they're really wanting this project to begin soon. And that's exactly what we're doing.
As long as the salamanders are the hell out of there.
Next time you see a salamander, I'm sure you'll smile. So
I'll be thinking it's a Geico commercial or something.
The other thing that, and did you have a question? I'm sorry.
No. I just want to kind of a comment here from Victoria. Says there was a big project stopped over in Sterling. There was some kind of a toad.
Good morning. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I've never heard of anything like that. So it was just.
It's a big thing now.
It's kind of
It's
wild.
a big thing now. So.
Oh look, who's on Walden time?
No, this was actually work.
She's on Walden
That
time.
sucks.
Good
When your boss wants you to work, it's like, come on.
How do you say no?
How?
How do you say no?
Like-
Yeah.
They're paying me, so I figured, I should probably get that done first.
My boss is a jerk. So, anyway. So Kathy is here. We're so far just to get I don't know if you've been listening. We've been what?
I was working.
God. Tina.
I have a job.
No, we were just talking about the infrastructure on Route 164, and how we
salamanders.
have. Yeah.
So you know about the
Save-
salamanders?
I've heard. Save the salamanders. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing.
And the blackberry bushes.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So yeah, but
so I do have a question, and
Sure.
and so we've known each other for a bit through doing this stuff, right? And now you see a different side of Mike now because of the position that you hold, and I got to ask you this because you kind of opened up Pandora's box a little bit about the press conference with Susan Beisowitz. I didn't even know about it.
it was sudden.
Right.
Believe
And
me when I tell you it was sudden.
And people were telling me, Tina, going, and I don't know if it's a flashback or what it is, but it's like, where's the transparency? How come nobody knew about this?
It wasn't.
I wanted to bring it to your attention and just have you respond to it.
It was very, very quick. It was very, very sudden, and this was her thing. It wasn't mine. It wasn't the Board of Selectmen. It wasn't the town of Griswold. She was coming in. She was making her statement. She was making the announcement. Don't forget, it's an election year. Election year is coming up.
Yeah.
And it was go with it, because there were people that probably could have been there, should have been there, but trust me when I tell you it was sudden. So it had nothing to do with transparency. But I also feel that oftentimes, and I'm a firm believer, if it's not my thing or my project or my event, I'm not going to go honing in on it. It's not my place. And I think that far too many people in town just jump in to areas that it has nothing to do with them.
Mhm.
And 9 times out of 10, the information that's put out there isn't accurate. And if you don't know what the details are, and if you don't know what the facts are, and you're not involved with it, keep out of it.
Keep out of it. So basically, what it was basically Marsha Brady and getting out of a date, going, something suddenly came up.
Things come up.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, that's kind of the nature of the business you're in. I mean, things,
Oh, yeah.
you know, with so many moving pieces and so many details, things are going to pop up. They're
Yeah.
going to pop up.
So one of the things that I'd heard is water tower related,
Mhm.
and that tell me if this is a rumor or what, but we're 75,000 short, or we're looking for money or something like that to put that thing up. No, okay,
No. And this is what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
that's why I asked.
That, and I'm going to tell you right now,
Hit it.
I refuse to jump into the weeds.
Mhm.
You know, these things circle around, they come to me, and it's like, yup. I just, people speak without knowledge. And then they get in front of that keyboard and they start doing this.
Mhm.
It's courage behind the keyboard. I don't have time for it.
Mhm.
I don't have the desire for it. And that's just my statement. I refuse to
No,
respond
that's cool. I
to
mean,
negativity.
that's why I bring it up to you, because I want you to pound it out.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that's why we're
Yep.
here. What do you got this morning, Kathy? Nothing. So anyway,
Oh,
Go ahead.
Kathy.
go ahead.
No, I just nothing really specific, honestly. I mean, I know
Mhm.
you guys have been having a ton of meetings, a lot of the
Yes.
special meetings 'cause
Yes.
with everything going on and a lot of
Yep.
the discussions and everything. So, and you guys probably covered this already, but just like kind of where everything stands right now and what the
Mhm.
next step is and that sort
Yep.
of thing. That
Well,
was it.
the contract signing for the sewer is on April 4th. And because we ironed everything out with Deep, so that's all set. And then it's probably going to be shoveling the ground probably late April, beginning of May.
Nice. Good.
So we're moving on that. And then I also mentioned that there's a congressional directed spending that I'm working with Senator Murphy's office on to see if the 201 project, because that had to be put on hold
Yeah.
for funding. So they're evaluating. I sent in the project description, and they're taking a look at it to see if, in fact, we can also get that one going. So,
Nice.
yeah.
That would be great.
yes.
So now,
Awesome.
where are they going? Is it on 201? Is it from the highway down, or is it like
If you're headed from town
yes?
out, you have the public utilities shack
Yeah,
there just
yeah.
before the four-way
Where
intersection.
the state police nail you for doing 35 and
yeah.
34?
Oh, why
or
did you
something
get
like that.
caught?
I've got caught there.
No,
Yeah.
but that's kind of a cruel place to stop. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
because you know, when you,
It's a good spot for them to
oh,
stop.
it's
For
a
them.
it's
It
a
is, it
flipping
is.
money grab
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you're coming down the hill and you go like stop. I'm still doing 38.
Yeah.
Shit, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, woo, 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 woo. Come on.
Yeah.
That's
So,
happened.
initially it was supposed to go down to like 395, but now what I proposed was going beyond 395 because you have those parcels of
Mhm.
land, and then
Yeah.
I think there is a developer who may be interested in the area of the sandbank
Oh,
behind the
good.
houses.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That's where the data centers I think were slated at one point, right?
data
there?
centers.
Early on, weren't they?
I think they
slated?
were up like Bishop's Crossing. They were looking at that area,
Oh,
and
That's
then
up
they.
at the egg farm, wasn't it? More so?
Yeah, Polinsky's.
Yeah.
But they ultimately wound up. It was on 164.
off Barber Road. Or
Off
something,
Barber
right?
Road,
Okay, 'cause
yes.
I know there were. I remember going to some meeting, and there were two spots that they were looking at.
Yeah.
They were going to try to do both.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
remember one of them being down on 201.
So
For 201.
So, the rumor down by the highway is it was at one point it was going to be a big truck stop or something.
probably.
Okay.
Probably, but of course, with no forward movement, I mean,
Yeah.
would you want to go build a house where
No.
you couldn't,
Oh, of course not.
you had none of these infrastructure availabilities?
Yes.
No.
No, that's
And
very
if
true.
they-
no, it's
Yeah.
a Captain Obvious statement of the day. I mean,
It sat for too long, and
Yeah.
then of course, when you let something sit that long, and we found it with the senior center, what happens? Everything creeps up
Yeah.
in terms of
cost.
cost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then it becomes another issue. So yeah.
And a lot of times regulations are changed by that
Yeah.
point. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
new laws, new things that you have to abide by that again increase the costs. And
Right,
you know, it's it's like a vicious cycle.
It is.
And they won't have salamanders down there. They'll have, like newts.
And like
something.
you'd think they could just relocate.
Well,
Oh no!
The 201 project also included I
Monkeys.
want to know. I think there was something
Everywhere
about
now.
toads and mussels or something
Oh my God.
on the 201 project.
Mussels.
Yeah, I'd have to verify that, but there were two items that came up in.
There's no ocean
in the
front property
environmental-
over there. I
Hey,
mean,
They're freshwater mussels.
yeah. So,
on the highway.
No idea.
and Kathy, I'll tell. I let you have your chair, and
Oh, no,
I
it's fine.
decided to
You can
sit.
take this one
No,
if you
no.
want.
I said I'd sit on the bar stool, but if I fell off the bar stool, you'd see social media would start yapping.
Oh, I'm
you know,
sure. Yeah.
first select person
She's
falls
drunk.
off. Yeah.
Tina
yeah.
Falk drunk on show
No,
falls
imagine
off
that.
bar
Any,
stool.
anytime you can take this one. Actually, I don't mind. the bar stool at all.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
All right.
Oh. So you have a list, and I'd like to have you go ahead. And I throw you off on tangents all the time.
No, that's fine. So we covered 201. We're in the middle of the budget process.
Yeah.
So, that's going on. I've been working with the blight officer, Jen Lindo, and she's been periodically keeping us up to date on her blight investigations around town. She's doing a very, very good job. I've been attending Council of Government meetings consistently in Norwich. And we actually have a contract through the council for Jen Lindo for 5 hours a week. And you know that there's considerable blight in the borough.
Mhm.
So I've been working with Lori Sauter. We had a conversation about how could we include the borough in that particular contract. Because when the contract was crafted during the last administration, years back, it always included, the ordinance included the borough and the town. And then that just went away. So the contract only included the town. So I met with the blight officer, and she confirmed that, yes, I still have plenty of hours to be able to include both.
Mhm.
So I did, I met with COG last week.
The Council of Government.
Yep. And it was agreed that because the ordinance clearly states, borough, town,
Yes,
that we're going to get the borough back in on that contract.
that's excellent.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
So we can begin working on that. We're in a process for hiring. They're still searching for an assessor. Very, very difficult. And I know there was a time where you put an advertisement for a position out there.
You get tons of applicants.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Very, very. Planning department, we're working on a secretary for that. Town clerk, we anticipate that she's going to be retiring soon. She's expressed
In
that.
July, right? I think she
Yeah,
sent her letter in, didn't she?
Yep, she did. And Public Works is now looking that there's another position available at Public Works. So that will be coming up.
Was that due to a recent retirement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, a recent retirement. So they'll have, 2 new staff members in this year. And I'm sure somebody has a question about that.
Explain. Go ahead. You're
You have a
smirking.
question? Yeah, I'm smirking. No, because there was a little bit of controversy over the last Public Works hire.
Oh, yeah. Your son-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to clarify that.
Hold on. I
because,
just want to say, big freaking deal.
well, here's what I want to say, because I just and you're shaking your head. I was shaking my head. I'm like, here's the way I want to put it. There was an opening at Public Works. Did I tell him about it? Did Todd Babbitt tell him about it? No, we heard he wanted to apply for a job at Public Works. Now, here's a young man, and he happens to be my son-in-law.
Mhm.
Go for it. He wanted to apply for it. He's been a long-haul trucker for 20 years.
You don't have to explain.
No, but here's the thing. 2.5 million miles logged, trained for major trucking companies in the country. So it was like, you want to go ahead, but I know where this is going to go. And sure enough, I was right. They had a total of, I believe, 5 or 6 people apply for the job.
Mhm.
One was a sophomore in high school. Another,
Hey, give him credit for trying.
God bless
I
him.
mean,
God bless him.
He's
Yeah.
out there trying to hustle.
it came
Yeah.
down to 3.
Yeah.
Okay. We called, the office called to schedule the interviews. And suddenly it was whittled down to 2 because one of the candidates worked part-time and couldn't make the interview date. I left the room, had nothing to do with it. Todd left the room, had nothing to do with it. And when it came time to choose, had nothing to do with it. So there you have it. And that's all I'm going to say. Look around.
Mhm.
How many people are connected in this town, married, dating, living together, this committee, this commission, that commission. Look around.
Mhm.
So anyway, that's all I have to say. But I wanted to put it out there that that annoyed the heck out of me. It's like, start picking on some of these other
Yes.
Mhm.
similarities in town.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's something because like I know the school goes through it. It has gone through it for
Yes.
years. I mean, you have there's
All the committees.
well
Absolutely.
the committee, sure.
It's a small town.
Mhm.
Yes. And I don't think people realize that. It's like, where the hell are we going to get people? But everyone's going to be connected somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If there was some sort of rule or law or something saying that you couldn't be connected, we'd have nobody on any of these committees.
I know.
You
I
would
know.
not.
We would have nobody.
Like everything's
and
corrupt.
you would
Everything's
not.
corrupt. You got one
Yeah.
guy on the board of ed. Well, guess what? His wife's on the board of finance, and then you got the. So what?
Yeah.
So what?
It
exactly.
happens. It's just the way that it is.
But
you know.
it's just.
I always say too, and if you're that upset about it, throw your hat in.
Yes.
Throw it in
You're
the
right.
ring. Let's go.
You
Let's,
are right.
Do something about
Yeah,
it. Don't
come
get on
on.
Yeah.
Griswold. I'm
Yeah.
stupid now,
Yeah.
and start
Yeah.
talking about how you're got a
Yeah.
problem with it.
Yeah. I always encourage people get involved. Then, if you don't like it, get involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right, Kathy.
Mhm.
You're right. Some of the other things, the old
Just want to let you
alternative
know it's
school.
9:31.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll
where
just
you at?
quickly go down this. And I mean, if you want me to come back another day, I can, but
Can you
the
come
al-
back tomorrow?
I'll check my calendar.
No, we're not even here tomorrow. So don't.
Oh, well.
We'll-
The
we'll-
alternative sale.
Yep.
Old
yeah.
alternative school.
Yep.
The sale is going on for that. We've had a couple of showings on that.
How much y'all want for that?
Good,
She
good.
listed it at, I believe, $399. So
And
Okay.
as is, right?
as is, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm driving my husband nuts because it's like, I love that building. I love that building. It is. It's cool. It needs a lot. It needs some modernizing.
Mhm.
But for the most part, boy, the potential in that building.
Will somebody just knock it down and rebuild?
Oh, I hope not.
Okay.
I hadn't
No,
heard
just-
that. No. Pistol permits. You know that the Selectman's office, it seems we're doing a lot of pistol permits. Many, many, many. Earth Day is coming up on April 27th, and we are looking for volunteers. They should call the Selectman's office. I'm taking, if you want to adopt a road, adopt a park, an area, clubs, committees, call me up. I've got a master map. So we're doing it the same way. It's on a Saturday. Public Works will be open, and the Board of Selectmen has to talk about it, but I'm anticipating free of charge for the transfer station, 7 to noon.
Are they going to do pickup again?
That, yes. So if you are not able, if you are handicapped, elderly, you don't have a way to get,
How about I don't have a truck?
well, then you call me, because we're also looking for
Yeah.
volunteers to
With trucks.
with trucks and trailers, and that's what they do. They go around to the sites, so you have to register that with me, and I'll take care
My
of that.
point there was that I've had such good luck with getting rid of large stuff.
Yes,
When
Yes.
it comes to
Like if
Earth
you
Day.
have,
it's been awesome.
patio furniture or just debris from your yard. Clean up your
Yes.
yard. It doesn't have to be the roads. So we're going to be working on that. And as I said, I've been attending the Council of Governments meetings, and then there was a group that was formed. It's called Farm 5. And I attended the first meeting on Friday, and it's the small towns. It's Griswold, Sterling, North Stonington, Preston, and Voluntown. The selectmen get together and they talk about small town needs, agricultural needs, those types of things. So
No Lisbon, huh?
no, Lisbon wasn't. I don't know why, but
It's because there's an invasion coming.
That's That's what it is.
Well,
yeah, right.
and I will tell you, I went, it was last Friday afternoon, and we sat for at least 2 hours, and it was one of the best meetings that I've been to. It was
It's a long meeting.
so informative and so enjoyable. A lot of information shared, so I'm going to be working with them. Resilient Jewett City. Have you heard about that, Kathy?
No.
Okay, and I'm sure Lori will be talking to the board about it. Some time ago, the town submitted, and I think the borough submitted, it was a hazard mitigation plan. And through that plan, the state reviewed all of the plans that were submitted. And Jewett City was identified as one of the areas that they're going to be working with UConn. And it's a study. And it's kind of like a flood control plan. So they identified South Main Street. And this is going back to the 2010 floods.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
What are the things that can be done? So it's in the very, very early stages of discussion. They brought engineers in, and there's going to be a committee formed to talk about what are the things that can be done in that area to alleviate future. And it's that and
Sandbags, lots of
climate.
sandbags.
Well,
I
you
think
know,
it's beyond sandbags down
Yeah.
there.
yeah, it is. It is. So,
Retaining wall?
and they're looking at, well, we don't know.
Yeah.
That's going to be what's looked at. So that's some of what's going on.
So there, I can say, because I'm looking at the numbers, and there are quite a few people out there that have been listening, and paying attention to what you've been saying this morning. My thing is I do not want to see anything in Griswold now or anything like that. Anybody complaining, because they had quite the opportunity to ask any question they wanted to, and they did not.
Yep.
So that's one of those pet peeves that I get. It's like, all right,
I know.
you have this
I know.
forum,
Yep.
you have an opportunity, do it. I love you all, but if you don't ask any questions,
But here's the thing too, and I think that kind of the word is out. But when somebody comes into the office, I don't care. We had so many people coming in through the rains, the floods, the basements, the rivers, the bridges. If somebody comes in and I'm there, they're immediately, and Lisa knows this.
Yeah.
I go out, I take them into the conference room. They're never sent away. And any calls that come in, even now, Lisa's out for the week. Her phones are forwarded to my phone, and I will sit there all day and I will answer her phones.
Well,
Nobody is sent away.
a good example was yesterday. I had a question about Earth Day. And so I text Leona because I'm like, I don't, who do we call?
Yeah.
Because I know you were usually the one that took care of that and kind of, rounded everybody up. I'm like, there's no way she's
at
doing
the
that.
senior center.
Right. I'm like, there's no way she's doing that now. I don't want to
Yeah.
bug her for something like that. So I text Leona. Well, Leona texts Tina. And I mean, within minutes, Tina's on the phone. Hey, I heard you have a question. I'm like,
Always.
holy cow.
You can't let
Yeah.
it pile up.
Yeah, no.
The other thing that I'm continuing to do too is I'm still, on a volunteer basis, the United Way food distribution. I try to attend those. I'm still working with the Alzheimer's Association on every other Saturday. I still continue to offer the support group for caretakers. So I stay busy, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Sounds
stay
like
busy.
it.
Peppy Thibodeau. Hey, what's up, Peppy? He says, wow, look at that. Select person who actually talks to the public.
I do. Sometimes I talk
So-
too much. I'll get to talking to people on the street, and it's just, and my kids will tell you, oh, here she goes again. But I enjoy talking to people. So
I just have one question, left, and I know you have to go. But one of the things that I know we talked about when you won the election, and I said, you got to give yourself 6 months before you really can say, okay, so we're at the 6 month point.
Already?
Make an assessment. How
make an assessment.
Yeah. How do you? I'm not asking you how you feel you're doing. I don't want you to give me a grade. How do you feel?
you never feel
Do
like-
you feel
You never feel like you're doing enough.
okay.
All right. All I can do is address what comes upon my desk, what comes over my desk, the problems that come up. Sometimes you can resolve them. Sometimes you can't. You just have to keep working at it every single day. I do know that the conversation is going to come up where, and the board is in agreement with this, where we want to have a conversation with the residents on expanding the number of members of the Board of Selectmen. It is, you see, we're having special meeting after special meeting after special meeting. It has to be done that way because there's 3 of us. If I talk to Kathy, it's considered a quorum. And it's considered a meeting. You can't do that. So you have to have a special meeting because what I know and what's coming into me, and especially everything that's on the plate right now, those other two selectmen have to be aware of what's happening. And that's the only way that you can do it.
Mhm.
So that when you walk into a Board of Selectmen meeting, they're not blindsided.
Mhm.
It happened a lot in the past. They need to know exactly the details of what's on that agenda. So that's where I'm
I
at.
don't know how it's worked up until now like that. I mean, I don't know how anybody has
No.
been able to get any work done
No.
under those circumstances. And I mean, you look at the borough, we're obviously just very small. We have 5 people on
Yes.
the board.
Yes.
And then you look at the town of Griswold and there's 3.
I think
it
it's
doesn't
important.
Make any sense.
It's time to bump it up. And
Yeah,
if
for sure.
things start happening in town with commercial development coming in,
No, when things start.
well,
happening.
yes, and you're right. It's going to get very busy, and there's going to have to be a lot of delegating and
You need
a
more
lot of
people.
communication. Absolutely.
You got to spread the wealth.
So
a
that's
little
coming,
bit.
and the public should know that.
It's funny because
Good.
that was a question. It was a referendum question about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
go from 3 to
And why
5.
was it shot down? Was it because of money?
I don't know, but we have to move forward, and that we have. If we're going to grow, you've
Yep.
got to grow government too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Unfortunately, that's a necessary
Yeah.
evil. So.
Yeah.
So,
So
and
okay.
Thank you for streaming
Lori
meetings,
Sorter,
by the way.
Yes.
Lori, I'm in charge of the borough now, sorter. Have you had her whoopie pies?
Oh yes, I have had her whoopie pies and her cookies.
And our cookies. Yeah, we just had them the other night at the business dinner.
Yeah.
Angels sing when I eat those. She just says borough town relationship is 100% improved.
It
Awesome.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah, we communicate
And I know
often.
she,
As
and I
the
know
way it
she
should-
cares
should be.
deeply.
It should be that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
We
that
have
should
that.
just be
That's a
normal.
wound that we have to heal.
Yeah.
And we're working on it.
Mhm.
So
Yep. Good.
And Kathy Lacasse says, "Great show today. Thanks for being so open and informative."
Mhm.
All right, I know.
Thank you.
I'll keep talking. I know you have to go because you do have a meeting. you
we
to
have
get to,
a
so.
Route 164 engineers meeting at 10 o'clock.
Mm.
So,
All right.
all right.
Thank you very much.
You're
I'll be.
welcome. Thank you.
I'll shoot you a text a little later on today. See if we can, do something. Because we didn't touch on the budget. And
Yeah.
that's-
There's a lot
that's-
going on.
yeah.
There's a lot going on. Budget right now, though, it's very preliminary because they're
Right.
they're still meeting with departments. They're still in the very early planning stages. So, I think I'd rather wait a little bit on that.
I've been sharing
Okay.
that anytime they stream. I share it to every single Griswold page that's out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anytime it comes up,
Yeah.
it's out there so people can see it. Somebody was complaining about roads, and I sent them the link to the budget meeting. And I said, "Here, you should
Yeah.
listen to
Yes.
this."
Yeah, roads. That's another issue, but
Yeah,
we'll
We'll get
other-
there. We'll get there.
Whole other
Absolutely.
conversation.
Oh, you betcha.
Thank you, Tina.
Oh, thank
you very much.
You're very welcome. Anytime.
All right, Tina Falck, our first selectman here in the town of Griswold, and it's great to have her here talking about stuff that we need to talk
All
about.
sorts of stuff.
That.
Bye. See ya.
Bye, Tina.
Bye bye.
That's you don't know. We haven't really had I'm going to go off and say luxury
Yeah,
of talking about for a very, very long time.
we could spend hours with her sitting here.
Huh?
We could spend hours, sitting here talking
Yes.
about what's going on. There's
Absolutely,
there's
absolutely.
so many different facets, so many different things happening, and things that people don't like. She mentioned the hazard mitigation plan. I mean, that's not something that's very provocative or exciting
No.
to talk about, but it's still something going on and something that
It's
needs
like
to.
public broadcasting.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. I mean, it's like, and then you get somebody, on Griswold Now, and I pick on them because it's easy. And what?
Yeah. Yep.
And you get people that are like, oh my god, well, this person did this person did that. Well,
Mhm.
whatever.
Yep.
But no. I want to dispel something right now, real fast. Facebook user,
Yep.
no name, just Facebook user.
I showed you why that happens. Go ahead.
I don't care. This should be a regular show. First Selectman coming on and updating everyone. Love the openness.
I agree.
It-
but it's going to depend on your schedule. I mean,
That's it. So, for example, Tina was scheduled 2 weeks ago, and she had to cancel like the day before. And we actually had Tom Sparkman. We were able to get Mr. Sparkman in from Lisbon to fill in to at least so we could have some sort of. And Tom's a great guy. I mean, so I don't want to make him feel like he was a replacement. We were going to have Tom on anyway,
Mhm.
but he had the time that he was able to be moved up that we could fit into that spot.
Mhm.
It not goes without trying. I mean, we
no.
try and
There's-
try and try, and it's really just
There's a lot going on,
it's
and
the schedule.
I mean, if you look at the calendar on the town website, I mean, special meetings,
Yes.
and those are just the ones we know about. Obviously, she has other meetings, like she's talking about the infrastructure, and
Yes.
when you're starting a new project, there are a lot of planning meetings, to get something kicked off. So I can only imagine the number of meetings that they're having just to make sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed before they put shovels in the ground. And she said end of April. So, I
Right,
mean,
right.
it's crunch time right now for kicking off a project. That's pretty big. It's very involved.
So, and one of the things that she said is that, talking about, the budget quickly, it is still in its preliminary stages, but
Yep.
I know, and I'm sure you know as well, that even though the budget is in its preliminary stages, as soon as you mention that, people want to go, what's going to be the increase?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah. And there's a lot between now and what the increase is going to be.
But I think we have to also
ju-
condition people. There will be an increase.
There's going to be an increase, and it could be significant.
Yeah.
It could be. And I mean, I'm kind of torn on it. I think it needs to be a significant increase. Do I want it to be? No. But I think it needs to be. I mean, we have to make up for a couple of years where we had no increases and very small increases. We have to now make up for all of that, plus what we're up against right now.
Last year, when there was a zero increase that came across the board, I'm like,
Not
how
good.
is this even possible?
Not good. And and of course, people this year are going to forget. They're going to have short-term memory loss, and they're going to forget that last year was no increase.
Well, it's like, there's what we want, and then there's the reality of it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, look in the camera. So people,
Hi.
instead of looking at me, I was like, why the hell you want to do that?
Well, I can't look at the camera when I'm talking to you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? Hold on a minute. Let me try something here.
I can't look because then, then you're looking. Then I got you in my peripheral.
All right. See, now I just flipped things around. Now it looks like you're. Yeah. No, it's like, hey, Kathy, how are you?
I can't look there when you're, because then I'm gonna start laughing.
So what's going on, Kathy? Kathy, I noticed you got this mole right on your nose. I'm not even looking anywhere near Kathy right now, even though it looks like it might be on the screen. Yeah. Nick, good morning, Nick. He says came in late.
Nick, not my
Nick Friday.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Hey, Nick.
Going to a 164 construction meeting. It's finally approved to move forward with developing the land. Yes, been out of the loop lately. Nick, all I will tell you is when this show is over, rewind it because everything's there instead of rehashing everything once again.
Yeah.
It is all there. We talked about
the first 10, 15 minutes of the 10 minutes of the show.
Yeah. We talked about all that stuff. So, so that is all there. So all I'm saying is just, review it that way. Otherwise we'll just rehash 20, 30 minutes. It was a good conversation as always with Tina. Mm-hmm. She always is very forthcoming. She has a list of things that she wants to talk about.
Yep.
She does, and did. So
Yep.
Is there anything that you wanted to talk about with her that maybe we didn't get a chance to?
Yeah, I think the only thing that I was really thinking about was the economic development aspect. And, I know there's been some talk of the old Wire Wine building and what could potentially be going in there or who may be interested in looking at it and what
the marijuana grow facility or the cannabis. It's not even marijuana anymore.
Yeah, I guess you can't say marijuana. I don't know. Whatever.
Can you say pot?
I don't know. It's a grow facility.
Why do they call it pot?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. I have no idea. No clue.
Why?
They call it a lot of things, but.
Hey Siri.
Oh, Jesus.
Why do they call cannabis pot? Siri knows it. Oh, look at that.
She can't answer you. She's high. But that was going to be one of my questions was,
weed, Mary Jane.
Oh, it's just giving you all the different names.
All different slang names.
Yeah,
the origin of pot has nothing to do with the culinary tool, meaning a pot.
A pot. Yeah.
The word came into use in America in the late 1930s. It's a shortening of the Spanish Paraguaya.
I mean, that's what I was gonna say, but I
Or
wasn't sure.
sure, yeah, that came from something else, which is a wine or brandy in which marijuana buds have been steeped in.
Ooh,
So you get drunk and stoned at the same
Wine?
time.
I
Wow.
never thought of pot wine
It literally means the drink of grief.
or the drink of yum. Oh, wine. Oh, a little red wine with infused with. Oh,
Boy,
I haven't heard of any bars trying that out.
all of a sudden,
That would be interesting.
things have changed
Well-
with Kathy. It's like, I'll think of this.
Because
think of this.
I'm not a smoker. I don't want to smoke stuff. That's not my thing. But
Yeah.
I don't know if it was in a nice tall glass of red wine. I might try something.
I'm feeling real happy, and I really want a pizza.
Seriously, that would be like the best for bars. Could you imagine if they're able to serve something like that?
Ooh-wee.
Sitting at a bar, just drinking pot-infused drinks, and then you're just ordering munchies for hours on end.
Well, a lot of them already give up like pretzels and stuff.
No, but I mean, but you're gonna want like food. Like you're gonna want like burgers and fries, like all the nasty stuff.
Here's a little tip: if they're serving pretzels at a bar,
Yeah, I don't.
yeah,
No. Well, for two reasons.
yeah, well,
One's because everyone's hands are in them, and two because they're covered in salt and they make you more thirsty to drink more.
so if I go ahead and go into the bathroom,
Ugh.
come back and go, those pretzels
Yeah,
look
exactly.
great.
Yeah, no.
Want some?
Yeah, no.
No.
Nope. I don't even like. So I'm a big Costco fan, but I won't even take the samples at Costco.
Let's see. Facebook user says, now we need a Cooking with Kathy segment.
I don't.
I
would be bored. I hate to disappoint you, but I'd be boring. I want someone else to cook it, not me.
Laura says, Kathy and I should open a THC infused wine bar.
Oh my god, that would be so.
You could call that hookahs.
Oh my.
HOOKAH. Hookahs.
Yeah, but then we get down. I don't want hookahs though. But I like that play on words though. That's pretty good. Oh my! But seriously, could you imagine
Taco Bell delivery.
Oh my god! I DoorDashed
That's
Taco
impressive.
Bell last night.
I'm going to DoorDash Kentucky Fried Chicken today. I love Kentucky Fried Chicken.
So the kids are older, and
What do you do?
sucks.
Order like one chalupa and they bring in, here's your one chalupa.
I mean, kind of. But like the kids are all out doing their thing. Like one of them's working, one of them's with his girlfriend, another one's with her friends. Rich is working, and I'm sitting at home like, when did this happen? Like, I used to have to make dinner for 5 of us, and we'd all sit down, and now everyone just kind of doing their own thing. And so I'm sitting there like, I'm not going to cook for just me. So I DoorDashed Taco Bell, and it was actually really wasn't that good. It was okay, but it just sucks. By the time it gets up here, it's not as hot and warm like you want it to be. It's a little cooled off, but it was okay. It was all right.
Oh, it's, by the way, Wayne wanted you to know that you were late today, which was typical.
I was late.
Typical.
But that was work related, though. That was work. My phone started blowing up about 3:00 this morning, my work phone. And then my boss was messaging me about 7:30, and I was up and working.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've got time. I can do this. And Rich always tells me I'm always trying to fit 10 pounds of crap into a 5-pound bag. And so that was this morning where I'm like, oh no, I can get ready and get my work done and all at the same time. Yeah, sure. No problem. And then I look down, I'm like, nope, I guess I can't.
So the other thing, and this means absolutely nothing for the town or anything, but we've been looking for a name.
Oh yeah. I still like mine, but that's okay.
What? I'm Kathy's clown.
No.
What?
The free range exchange.
See, it sounds like a bunch of chickens running around, Burned by my own poultry. Thank you very much. Good night. The other thing is that we're gonna keep up with the Griswold stuff
Mhm.
and the Plainfield stuff, Lisbon, and area stuff. But we're also gonna start moving into more towards
Other stuff.
more regional, national type of thing
Yeah.
as well. And that might be a completely different show, and we're just looking to find I do like chaos and coffee.
Oh, that was one of mine.
Yeah, that was one of yours. I do like that.
Can we
one.
go through? There was a lot. I thought I did pretty good coming up with, and I did not use AI.
No,
come up
Paul
with these.
used AI.
He sent out a whole list.
Yeah, just
of,
what he-
of
yeah.
AI generated. Although some of those were kind of good, but
No, they weren't. Awful. Those were awful. I'm sorry,
The
Paul.
morning-
I love you, but
the
those
morning
were
mic-
awful.
I thought was good because it was a play on words. It was MIC and not MIKE.
Yeah, I know, but see,
I thought that was good.
you know what? Number one, I don't want to actually have anything that relates to my
Your
first name, and because number one, I'm honestly not that egotistical, and number two, it doesn't really have anything to do with what we do.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just okay. Well, Mike owns this place, so let's throw his name in there. No.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I like the scattered chatter too. Scattered chatter
Mhm.
because we're always all over the place talking about everything scattered.
Whoa, Paul is actually listening. He
Oh.
question mark. Paul, I said we love you. It's just didn't like the AI ones. I didn't.
I liked a couple of them.
You know which one I like? Error 404.
You like that one? Content not found.
Yeah.
That was mine too.
Because one of the things we talk about all the time, it's like, well, it's a show about kind of like nothing. It's like,
yeah.
it's like the Seinfeld of radio. And it's like we talk about things when guests come in, but when there are no guests here, we just kind of ramble.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it's pretty funny.
It works.
Yeah. So
I know you don't want your name, but I like
I don't.
Minarski Malarkey too.
I like the Black Hole show about nothing.
Yeah.
See, those are the ones I like.
Yep.
All right. Here's one I don't like.
Well, those
Ready?
are the ones after I talked to you. Yeah. Go
Here's
ahead.
one I don't like at all.
Hmm.
The morning montage.
I liked that one. Or content collage.
Content collage. Yeah. See, you don't
You
have
didn't
to.
like the morning montage?
No.
Why?
See, I think that's one of the things that we get stuck in. Like, you look for show names where it's like the first word, if it's the letter C, the second word has to be the letter C.
That's kind of what
Or
I
it's
was
like,
looking at.
yeah.
Because it's catchy. Those types of things are usually catchy.
I think Wayne had a really good one. Said, "Can I ask for a raise?" Oh, that wasn't.
That would be a good name for the show.
Yeah, scatter chatters. Coffee Club Caffeine Crew.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yep. That was a good one.
Okay, now this is embarrassing. Wayne goes, "Did Kathy ever show up?"
So he's
Today.
watching.
Yeah.
I'm here.
The Walden wake up call. That was kind of funny.
Oh God.
All right, so here's Paul's via AI. Rise and Shine Radio. Morning Brew Chat. Or just Morning Brew. No. I don't know.
The Brew Crew.
Yeah.
How about the Brew Crew?
Then we all have Budweisers in our hands at
Or
that
instead
point.
of what was it? Chew and Brew. It could,
Chew
it
Okay, you know what? I hate to see a local
could
business
be a
leave.
crew and Brew.
Crew and Brew. I hate it. I hate to say this, but Chew and Brew I thought I didn't like the name at all.
I thought it was catchy. It was catchy.
I think people spitting their food. You know?
Ew.
Yeah.
I think that's a different type.
Early bird radio, no, because we're not early.
For me, this is
Coffee and conversation. Morning chit chat. Everything but the kitchen sink.
Oh,
That was from Facebook user.
everything but the everything but the kitchen sink. That's a good one. I like that.
I do too.
Add that to the list. That was a good one.
What's that? These are show names. Let's see.
I'm looking at some of the other ones.
We do need like a breakfast table and 4 chairs. Have to have a coffee pot.
Yeah.
We're gonna
do
do
it up.
it.
The only thing though is that the cameras aren't going to show all that. Like you're going to change up all the cameras and everything.
Well, they're already changed up.
Well, I mean, but like,
The lighting in here is going to change.
but I mean, like to see the table and everything, like they would have to be farther away, right?
Yeah.
So you could see the table and the coffee.
Not
and
really.
all
I mean,
that
the
stuff.
cameras. I mean,
Unless we're just
pulled
gonna,
out.
unless we're gonna sit here like this the whole time
Well, yeah, we can
and
do
drink
that.
our coffee.
The windows are going to get blacked out.
Nice.
You know, so we're gonna have black lights everywhere, strobes.
Oh my god,
No,
that's a different kind of show.
that's a different kind of show at all.
Um,
I'll be here wearing women's lingerie. That's a really different show.
Yeah, that's. I'm all set with that one. Chaos and conversation.
Yeah, it's just a figment of your imagination.
Uh,
Chaos and conversation. See, I kind of like that one. Chaos and coffee.
yeah. Chaos and coffee. The Coffee Chronicles.
But you know what? And nobody has any input on this, on these names or anything. But
That's okay. We're just
except
kinda going
everything
through.
but the kitchen sink.
I like that one.
I like nothing in particular. Nothing in the name.
Like the whole nothing in particular.
Yeah.
The whole.
Yeah.
It's too long.
Nothing in particular.
That's too long.
Join us tomorrow for another version of Nothing in Particular, where we'll talk about nothing in particular. Good night, all.
Oh yeah, you did put that in here. Nothing in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Constant coffee chat.
how about this one?
Did you see Rich's? I didn't even notice that one before.
No, I didn't.
Griswold. Does anyone care to listen?
Oh, that one. Yeah, that was funny actually.
I didn't even see that.
Half the
one.
time it's no. Aaron, Aaron goes, the morning crew, and sometimes Kathy when she gets out of bed.
Yes. It's perfect.
Laura likes chaos and coffee.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, I think, and so here's where I'm at with these. Out of all of them, I like that one the most, and I don't love it.
I like the ADHD hour. Oh, look, a squirrel.
That was funny. That was funny.
Because I feel like a lot of times we're like all over the place, and it's like
We are all over
it's
the
like
place.
it's just like a bunch of people sitting around a table, like on without taking their Adderall or their Ritalin, and we're just like literally like topic hopping.
We do topic hop a lot.
Uh-huh.
Daryl says, nobody told me radio.
Yes, that's a good one.
Laura, coffee. I'm sorry. Chaos, coffee, and chronically late.
That's great. I love it. That's perfect.
That is actually,
that's
I kind of do
good.
that one. I kind of love. I kind of love that one. Laura, you rock.
Mhm.
Chaos, coffee, and chronically late.
I like that one. Mm-hmm.
That's a winner, I think. I like that one.
Topics at large, the blank slate. Oh yeah, and the black hole. I think that was all the other ones. Oh,
The
and
black hole.
the error 404 content not found.
Yeah, I like that. Chaos,
I like
coffee,
that one,
and
though.
chronically late.
I kind of like that one.
All right. I'm not going to ask Wayne because
That's at the top of the list.
Wayne just said, "Are you still on?" Mr. Program Director doesn't know when his own freaking show is on.
I can't believe he's even texting you, thinking like you're not gonna like out him while we're on the show.
Paul Snarky Lash just said, "Works for the two of you."
He's not wrong.
That's the thing that pisses me off about Paul, is he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's, it's like,
No.
he'll just sit there and go,
Mm-hmm. Wayne's the same way.
"Works for the two of you."
Yeah. Wayne.
Ah.
Although the one Friday that I came in when you weren't here, I beat everybody. I was the first one here. Just saying.
See, nobody saw it, so it didn't really count.
That's very
It didn't
true.
really count, so.
But I really was. I was the first one here. But yeah, Wayne and Paul are always on time, and Rich is always on time.
Oh, Rich is always on time.
Drives
He's like
me nuts.
clockwork,
Oh my-
you know?
His thing is if you're not there 15 minutes early,
You're 10
late.
minutes
And
early.
It
You're 10
drives
minutes late,
me
yeah.
nuts because I'm like, no.
Lombardi time.
And me, I'm like, no. If you get there 15 minutes later, it's still within the window. You're okay.
Hey, whatever.
It's a window. Like you say 5 o'clock. That doesn't mean 5 o'clock on the dot. That means anywhere from like 4:45 to like 5:30 ish.
Jesus. Let's see. No show tomorrow, as always, on Wednesdays. But I got to check that because I don't know
Swimming changing?
I don't know. Well, I don't know if Benny's swimming tomorrow because there were pictures. There was a picture of him swimming yesterday, so I don't know if it got switched. And then I asked, and I didn't get an answer, so I don't know.
So there could be a show tomorrow.
I don't know.
Not sure.
I don't know. So we'll see.
Okay.
Aaron says, if you are on time, you are late.
So my husband says it drives me nuts. And me, I'm like, no, if I'm on time, then I'm on time.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm early. For me, that's early. If I'm on time, I consider that early.
Tim says the first part should say controlled chaos. In the second half, ... Okay, what's after the ...
That's it?
Yeah.
Controlled chaos.
Controlled chaos.
That's pretty good.
No, because
too.
our chaos is not really controlled. Sometimes I'll go off on a freaking tangent and I'll just fly.
Yeah.
You know?
But I usually try to rein you back in when you're doing that.
Yeah. Paul just gets mad. He just gives me a snook look.
He'll just sit there.
Yeah. Yeah, like I really don't care. You know,
And me, I'll just call you out on it.
well, he's drinking the pot infused wine.
Dude, we need to find that. I want to try that.
Paul's Pot Farm. Taylor Hill, Griswold.
I never knew you could even do that. I didn't know that was even a thing. I don't know how it's not more of a thing. Do you put it in other liquor too?
I don't know. I
don't
imagine.
I don't know how that. Yeah, I don't know how that works. How do you infuse? I don't even know how you do it. How do you infuse it?
I don't know.
Like a tea?
Could steep it right through.
But then wouldn't that make your wine warm, hot?
I don't know.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, we'll figure it
Learn
out.
something new every day.
Figure it out as we're not here tomorrow. We'll have all day to think about it.
Well, we might not be here.
Yeah, who knows?
We might be. We don't know what we're doing.
And then there's Psychic Thursday. We'll have the Psychic ladies in on Thursday morning, which is always a blast. Always a blast. And Friday, we have Ben DeZonier, who's the Killingly baseball coach.
Oh, cool.
So our first game that we're doing this year is Saturday, and that's Griswold against Old Lyme in Old Lyme.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll travel. You don't have to.
Yep.
And that'll be Saturday afternoon, by the way, at 4:00.
What's the weather looking like?
You know what? It's this time of year is.
I
always
know the
crazy.
beginning of the season's always actually Saturday looks okay. Sunshine and high of 53. A little windy though.
Well, we can deal with.
Yeah, wind is
and
it just
baseball.
carries the ball. That's all, a little bit, but
So let's
that's good.
see.
But it's after 2 days of rain, so hopefully the field will be okay by Saturday.
Well, let's see. I'm looking at it right now because we're going to be in Old Lyme. Friday, well, let's see. Thursday night, rain mainly before 2 a.m. This is for Old Lyme, by the way, not Griswold. Chance of participation, 80%. New precipitation amounts between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch of rain. Friday, some more rain, but near mostly cloudy near 48. And same for Friday night and chilly, and then mostly cloudy or partly cloudy. What's the difference between mostly sunny and partly cloudy?
Half of one, 6 dozen the other.
I guess. And that's Saturday. And then Sunday's Easter.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Sunday is Easter.
Yeah.
It came up quick.
Is the flea market even open?
It is open.
Check that out. And
It is
Melissa's
open.
working too, so you know what? People say, no one's got to go.
Right.
People will show up.
Uh-huh.
People will go to the
Uh-huh.
freaking flea markets and all that stuff on Sunday
Yeah.
because they're off.
Oh yeah, Nick's planning on being there. That little
Yeah.
shit. He's got quite the setup going.
I'm just trying to elongate the show here because I got to get an hour out of you because you were late.
That's fine. We can elongate it. I'm good.
We're good.
I did all my work this morning, or I did a lot of it this morning.
All right. So no show tomorrow.
We don't think it's possible. Watch your
Okay,
notifications.
hold on a minute.
Oh,
I'd suggest, I got to find out who said this because this is this Facebook user.
do you want to finish a sentence for me?
I'd suggest streaming opening day Griswold High School softball small ceremony prior honoring Bob Aramoni.
Oh, when's that?
Huh? I don't know. And I got to be honest with you.
That's cool.
I have just so you know. Just so you know. Lori Sorter. Okay,
Okay.
Lori. I will say this, and I'm gonna put it on record. I try so much to communicate with the gentleman who runs GSPN, and I don't ever get a response, and I don't know why, because the goal that I have and has always been the same, it's never changed, is we would like to stream and get out there as many games as possible. If they're not doing them, we would like to do them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, do you have a schedule? Do you have a schedule? Do you have a schedule? And it just gets ignored. So it's like, I don't know what to do.
Maybe contact somebody on the booster club. Maybe they can get in and get him to communicate or something.
What
or at
I have
least get you a
found is
schedule.
nobody can get him to do anything, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And this has got nothing to do with personalities or anything like that. It's, do we want to be able to present these games? And it's certainly as hell not about ego.
No, it should be about the kids and the family.
And I've been saying that for
putting it out
years.
there. All right, hold
So-
on. I'm looking.
So, folks, reach out to Kyle Gunderman at Griswold High School and ask him why or if there's a schedule, because I can't seem to get one that they're doing.
I'm looking at the booster.
I have lots of respect for teachers and administration at Griswold High School and the Griswold Public Schools, but why Kyle decides that he does not want to communicate, I'm not sure. And I don't think it's right.
Yeah, I mean,
So there
the
you
parents.
go. I've been holding that back for a long time.
Do you feel better?
I do a little
Deeper.
bit, but I just wish, it's like, all right,
I know, but
like,
you
if
gotta
if you're not streaming the freaking game, let me know.
Yeah, but you got to let the parents have to, the parents have to reach out and let them know, hey, we want it streamed. So
No,
if you're not
you
gonna
know what
do
I'll
it,
hear?
like-
I'll hear, okay? I'll get emails. Why aren't you doing it?
yeah.
All right, well, why don't you call Kyle and figure out why he's not talking?
What about the principal?
It's not really her bag. It's not really
Well,
her
it is,
thing.
but I mean,
This is.
you want to get the games out there. You want to
I
promote the school.
I understand, but I think
the principal should be
the
made aware
principal
of it.
is the school, and then you have the district.
Yep.
And
But you're talking about high school softball, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So I would start copying the principal on these emails
You know what?
and things.
I have.
Oh.
No. I've copied other people. I don't think I've ever.
I would
copied
copy the
Aaron,
principal.
But,
I mean, that's the
I
principal
just
should
want
be
somebody
made
to take care of
aware.
it. I want somebody to deal with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The principal, maybe the principal's not aware that this is going on, and maybe that's
Well, it's a conversation that's been had, and not this year yet.
with the
but-
principal.
Yeah, I have not talked to Aaron about this personally.
I would reach out again and say, hey, you're getting people that are asking, and you have,
We've been
want
doing this for
parents-
8 years, and why don't we? It's like here's the thing. I mean, we'll go do playing field games.
Yeah.
If they don't want us there, they
Mm-hmm.
just don't want to. Because usually, you know how like if somebody contacts you and you don't answer, it just means you don't care.
yeah, usually.
You can only use the excuse of, oh, I've been so busy
Yeah.
for so long.
Yeah.
Then it really means you just don't give a shit.
Yep.
So
So I looked at the Griswold Booster Club Facebook page. They have the baseball schedule out, but not the softball schedule on that
baseball
page.
schedule for what?
For Griswold High School.
That's not the broadcast schedule.
No. I'm just saying the actual
Right,
schedule. So
right.
so you'd at least have that, but no. But I don't see the softball schedule here. I'm sure it's maybe posted somewhere. I'm just not seeing it.
So Lori, I don't know if because I specifically asked GSPN for a broadcast schedule and I was ignored. So
No, that's too
there
bad.
you go.
That's
And it was specific
Yeah.
that I asked for a softball schedule.
Yeah. And I'm sure it'd be helpful for families. I mean, parents that work and things like that, baseball games are usually right after school when parents are still working. They're not at night when, like basketball. So parents could put the game up while they're working or listen to it or whatever. It'd be nice. I'm sure they would appreciate that.
So April 1st, right? April Fools, we'll be there. No, I'm kidding. I wish I could say that. But.
When is April 1st? Wait a minute.
It's the day after March 31st.
No. Is that Monday?
It's a Monday.
Is it Monday? It's this Monday coming, like the next, yeah.
Is
We're
it-
at the end of March this weekend.
Yeah. And
Where
the first baseball game is going to be
It's Saturday.
It's Saturday against Old Line.
Holy cow, time is flying. Now we just need the weather to catch up. It is so freaking cold.
Yeah.
Ugh. We need warm weather.
Yeah.
We need warm weather.
I mean, we can. If Kyle is the one that makes that decision, Kyle, we'll go to Plainville. We'll go do Killingly. I mean,
or just show up with your stuff.
Where are we gonna go?
Just set it all up. Just do it.
I've even
just
said
figure the away games, right? Right? So
I've even said let's collaborate. No, crickets.
Just show up to the away games. Just be like, hey, we're here.
All right, we're out.
Thank
you very much, Kathy, for actually
showing up.
Yeah.
Did we come up with a name?
No, not yet. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll talk about it in a bit.
I'll wait tonight when I can't sleep. I'll start sending you a bunch more, like I did the other night.
Oh God, here we go. Or what?
The names the other night.
All right.
Because it was late at night and I started like I started coming up.
Oh, that wasn't you that sent me the picture of you flipping me off?
It could have been.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
Okay. We will see. I'll see you Thursday.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. We'll let you know.
Watch your notifications.
Watch your notifications. Have a good day, everyone. See ya.
See ya.
Matthew.
Huh? Oh. I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. And what you say really does matter to me.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me, and they make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for preparing me for what's ahead.
Thanks, Mom, for always being my biggest fan.
Thank you for talking.
Talk. They hear you.
Jewett City Savings Bank's commitment to helping local businesses fuel growth was recognized by the Small Business Administration and readers of the Commercial Record. We invite you to put our winning commercial lending team to work for your business. Because when local businesses succeed, we all win. To learn more, visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Visit the dentist. In a word, yes. Especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
New year, same problem. These insurance prices always seem to be on the rise. Is it simply the company you're with, or is there more you can be doing to manage your insurance cost? Call the Burns Agency today and let our qualified staff walk you through coverage options, eligible discounts, and other cost savings. You can reach us at burnsagency.com, by phone, or better yet, stop by our convenient locations in Norwich and Dayville. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since